It's another episode of Poker Time, and we are doing half
He did not have a
PLO,
pair.
half Hold'em. We're currently in a PLO orbit, and guess what, Grant? It's also 6 packs.
Oh my
6
goodness.
max, Grant.
We couldn't get 7 max? 5 max?
I mean, we could, but we chose not to.
All right, 6 max.
Because it sounds cool.
We've been
to say
talking
6
about
max.
how, you know, if you don't know PLO ranges, it can really hurt you, especially in 6 max when you're going to be playing a lot more hands.
This is a great example of a hand that isn't really very
He
good.
min raised.
I don't think anyone's ever caught
Maybe he
anyone.
knows it's not very good, and he decided it's worth $20.
Stuart feels like he's calling just because why not? He's got 2 10s.
Sure.
That's fine.
Yeah, suited king.
Levy's content
Timmer
isn't
has a
always
real hand to call
new,
with.
but or it isn't always funny, but it is new.
And he flops top 2.
Yep. The board graphically is wrong. It's the queen of diamonds, not the 7 of diamonds. I believe.
What? I blame the technology.
Actually, no, the 7 of diamonds there. It's the 2 of clubs is not there. It's the queen instead.
Yep. Must be that muck card that's close to the board there, you see.
Yeah.
The technology, it's not fully precise yet.
So-
Once it is, it'll kill us all, so we should be happy.
I'm happy. So Stuart, so it's got to be the queen of diamonds because Stuart's calling here, which means he's got to have the second up flush draw.
And the open-ender.
Usually people
Yep.
suggest PLO because they want to make.
And now the king comes in.
So Timmer has 3 pair.
Stuart's open-ended. He's got all the draws and top pair. Timmer's got top 3.
He bets more than pot, it looks like.
Well, you're not allowed to do that. It's going to be a full pot. Stuart getting clearly 2 to 1 to call here with all the
I
draws.
guess with the win, and Stuart's on the list.
Now he's got to. He doesn't know for sure that his diamonds are good. That's the only thing.
He also isn't sure that his straight would be good.
I was like, all right,
If he comes in as a 9.
like sit down.
Timmer could have a higher straight
That
already.
is a good point. So not drawing to the nuts, he lets it go.
He's gonna like double check his cards and he's gonna go like this, and then like within like 5 minutes, like Stuart's just like.
Bit of a dangerous bet there by Timmer,
And then-
really.
and
When
then
the
I
king
make
comes
some,
in,
like,
9-10.
just
Just made a
terribly bad
straight. Ace-10
fold
makes it
incorrectly.
straight.
Yeah,
Especially 9-10.
it's a bit dangerous.
But
But Timmer showed us earlier on in PLO that he might not be playing PLO too much. He limped with like deuce, deuce, nothing, nothing.
right, that's true. He likes to walk with danger, though,
Yeah,
I don't like our guys.
which is cool. Walk with danger.
that's what Sting does.
He's the one who knocks.
Yeah.
No, that's a different guy.
Sting.
Oh, Sting is the one who
What's-
knocks.
yeah.
Difference.
You know, he was the original choice to play Walter White. Sting was.
What happened?
He was too busy with the Tantric Sex.
Yeah, those
takes a long time.
18-hour sessions really
Yeah.
will
Literally a chip encased in
Like-
plastic.
make your schedule a bit of a bottleneck.
Yeah.
Action starts on the person.
It's like, that's not the only thing I do with the bottleneck. Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Dan
got
Ross
babies on
letting
the
it go.
Quality family content.
Here's Jeremy. Sorry, Danny raising it up. Jeremy already folded. Stuart's got a real decision here with
We're
4
gonna
cards.
not know the hands. That's
It's kind
great.
of nice not to know.
Timmer with King Queen Jack again.
Those are the same cards he had last time.
Are they
I
the
think,
exact same
so
cards?
I wonder if those are actually his cards.
If
Or
Yeah.
the reader is incorrect.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, because I think it was King 5 of clubs even. Anyway, we'll know soon because if he calls, he has different cards.
Caremio with a kind of a burger.
Kind of a burger.
Yeah.
Well said. It checks through, and now there's the king.
Danny gonna bet now. Could have anything really.
Yep.
It could have been King Queen Jack 5.
Could have been.
I mean, Timmer might have just jack folded that. You know, that would make sense.
Well, Danny with the delayed continuation bet takes it down on the turn.
Congratulations.
We got one more hand of PLO, and then we're going to go back to no limit Texas Hold'em.
Are we gonna know the cards that in that one?
I'm not great at predicting the entire future. Only
Okay.
parts of it.
Which parts are you good at?
I'm like what the next 6 hands are going to be after this one.
Oh, after this one.
Let me Texas Hold'em
Okay.
of the no limit variety. But I'm not good at knowing what the card reader's going to pick up.
You see how much
ahead of time.
extra space Cremio's hat has at the top?
Yeah, what is that for? Is that like does
you
he
think
keep things in
TSA? You think TSA would be a little suspicious of that?
there? I think they should be.
What you got up there, buddy?
What's happening here? Is there a rat controlling everything?
This does seem like a Ratatouille situation, perhaps. Look how his fingers are moving. Even it doesn't look human. It looks like a rat is controlling them.
Indeed. The mask isn't helping Matt. Or maybe it's helping it. Maybe I should say it's helping it. Timmer's going to limp the button here.
My mom got diagnosed with cancer. So I've had to like be way more careful.
Could have raised that hand.
Yeah, that
the
actually
button?
was raisable. 3 Broadway cards and some pseudonymous.
They're doing okay.
You might have just taken it down. And
Well,
Dan Ross makes top and bottom.
Indeed, Timmer with an open ender and middle pair.
Going to be enough to, I'm sure, not fold for 20.
Creamio's got a burger.
Is that short for like a turd burger?
It could be.
It's not, though.
It's really you leave it to the imagination, and people get to choose their own adventure.
Yet another pair for Dan Ross, who's
kinda like
swimming in pairs.
QAnon. Yeah.
He's going to check, and Timmer's going to bet here. This is interesting. Timmer does have middle pair and the open ender, and that's
Ooh.
all he needs.
Dan Ross drawing to all the full houses.
Dan Ross has made some tight folds in this overall session. You may recall, I don't know if it was the last episode or the episode before, but he folded the nut flush draw on the flop against
Yeah.
check
The
raise by
ace
Stewart.
five. Ace 5, that's right.
Yeah.
We've seen it in the past, in past sessions when we've been
Jonathan, will
doing
you
Omaha
seven
bomb
card
pots. The Dan Ross typically plays quite conservative
Sounds
in the non-no limit hold'em games. I think
You
maybe
have to be in the
he
game.
is a no limit
That's
hold'em
really
pro and maybe doesn't think he should be putting too much money in other games when he doesn't have an edge, as much of an edge at least.
Fair.
And maybe he would disagree with me and say, actually, I'm a PLO guy
This is
too,
hold-
and
this is
that
hold'em,
was a
right?
fold.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah.
know.
He has like top and middle
And bottom.
Sure.
and bottom. That's
Whatever.
right.
Whatever.
Definitely could be losing.
It is okay. Sure.
As advertised, we are back to Hold'em.
And we've got the
The
double
the
straddle on.
context is
It looks
I was-
because
That
we're
is a double straddle.
well when we're doing Hold'em, it's a
Time
5, 10,
frame
20
on it
game. So I guess it's just a
Oh,
single
you're right.
straddle.
Now we're up to
Seven
5, 10, 20. Right.
I think
But we're
that
doing
I've
5, 10,
seen
20,
The-
40.
Okay, the key rule for this
Only
is
2 players don't have
you
money in front of them.
roll over a card like when you are not supposed to. Your hand is just dead.
Oh shit.
135.
Jeremy's going to raise it up here. Completely understandable. It's always tough, though, against a guy like Danny who's going to just not fold very much. Just
Well,
not fold.
He does have
but
to
he
contend
folds.
with Stewart is in the
Yeah.
in the
watched.
straddle, so that
Jackie and then Liz,
might
and then
slow Danny
Jonathan
down a little bit.
in
I
succession.
thought Danny might not fold anyway,
like all
but
foul their
I was
hand.
wrong.
All of us would have beaten Taylor.
Yeah.
Pretty nice for Jeremy.
Oh shit.
What, $75 in the
It was
pot?
incredible.
Yeah.
And
And the pot was always juiced because Taylor always did.
How many Subway sandwiches is that these days? At least 3.
Subway sandwiches are everything's more expensive than it
Yeah.
used to be. $12.
And
I remember the
and-
$5
and
foot
Jonathan has
back
6
when I was a
cards
youth.
showing
It seemed like
one
that.
card
I
to
assumed
go,
that was
like
still the
half
case, but
deck
it turned out
out.
it is not.
And,
I
like,
was
Liz
rudely
fouls her hand.
told.
Jonathan's all excited.
that
and
it
is very
is
adamant
much more
that he is not
expensive.
going to foul his hand.
That song was pretty good.
I still got it in my head right now since you brought it up.
Very cautious about it.
That was an
Looks over a
earworm.
card that I
they call
think
those.
approved you, right?
I actually had like 4 cards to go in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's like when
okay.
a carpet
I missed
company
that.
just uses like a common Christmas jingle, like the tone of it as their actual song.
And the installation is free.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Because it's also dead if you.
Tim with the real hand.
Oh.
65.
And so Taylor won.
Yeah, but, and I
This is a non-drinking game.
Yes.
and I
One would
We
think.
always
got
drink
there.
when we play
Yeah.
it.
When Timmer raises, getting the hell out of the way, not the worst idea.
It's not at the same time.
No.
It's
You're
sequential.
in order.
only one card ever gets flipped at a time. One person's flipping at any one point. So the action should be very straightforward, but
But when people misread the board, things change.
you know, a lot of shit goes down.
It's each other's
Taylor
board,
also
right?
Taylor also took my hand at one point and threw it in the muck when it was completely live. And
Really?
Well, that's a pretty easy board to play for Timmer.
Yeah. Stuart doesn't really have anything going on, just the backdoor hearts.
but I had. It's like,
Can't be enough to continue. Can it?
No.
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 yeah.
I said no, Stuart.
Stuart is not folded yet.
But you're playing.
Does he think king high flops are just Okay.
He was felt like he was thinking about raising, right?
Yeah.
You can't call.
Doesn't seem like he had enough going on there to
Yeah.
justify
Well, let's
that.
give it a try.
And Timmer's been very tight.
But maybe he's thinking he can just get
It's a
Timmer.
game of
Maybe he thinks Timmer's tight, but is going to
continuously
c-bet a lot,
100
and
to
so he
1
can like
for
check
10
raise
minutes
and
at a
get him
time
off a
until
bunch
you
of stuff.
figure out who
You have to be
wins.
really sure.
Yeah.
So
I guess he wasn't sure enough.
Yeah.
He
$40,
Folded.
$1 at a time.
Good job, Stu.
So it'd be $400, $5 instead of time up here.
Could be.
It is a good time.
For those unaccustomed to what we briefly touched on earlier, it is a 5, 10, 20 game when we're playing no limit hold'em.
That would've
So
gotten
there are
a
3
bit
blinds,
boring,
forced blinds.
Eventually.
It's not
I
a
mean, there's-
voluntary
there's
straddle by
three
Timmer there.
right.
No, is it Dan's?
Creates a lot of action. Dan Ross still short from that ace-5 hand that we referenced before.
He was kind of short even at that point. But he's shorter.
Game where the pot is maxes out at $200.
Yeah.
And some of them are playing other games where there's 2 paid pots and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan Ross down to $610. That's
Right.
30 blinds.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem
And
with
Danny's going to re-raise, and
And Dan Ross just has to fold, right? I mean, he could shove if he wants, I guess.
I guess, yeah, I don't see how he could really shove this hand, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure Danny was calling.
No,
Yep.
you're not wrong, but very valid point.
Danny has been known to make it $900 blind.
Yeah. I mean, he does $1,600 flips, right?
Yep.
Just for fun.
No, but actually $900 blind is different, you know, where he'll literally
Oh,
just raise
right.
$900 in a cash game
Yeah.
without looking at his hand, and
Yeah.
everyone knows it, and he announces it, you know. He's done that too.
I guess that's a good guy to get it in with Queen 10 against. If you're going to have somebody to get
Oh,
it in
that's a
with.
fair point.
And they should be
Not gonna happen. Stop playing.
I'm not.
Well, you know, Dan Ross would have been drawing reasonably live there, in like
I know,
what,
that's the point.
42% or something.
So let's
It's
get
surprising to not see Dan Ross
Yeah, you
top
gotta
up his stack.
skin a
Agreed.
battery, fucking kill
You
it.
might just not be feeling it. You know, sometimes you're just not playing your A game and you know
That was
it.
a weird saying.
But, you know, Stuart's got a lot of money. Danny's got a lot of money in front of him. Those are guys you could.
But I could see the wisdom in not topping up if you really feel like you're not playing as well as you often do.
I mean, if you don't feel you're playing well, you should leave the table, though.
That's true.
I would like to point out that this
This
man
is a half
owns
measure,
multiple
right?
cats.
Yeah, and I would
if
like
that's
to
what's
kill
going on.
both of
Well, I have
them.
no idea if that's what's going on. Of course. Jeremy's going to raise it up to $65. Timmer with the 7-3 suit does not want to play. I might have wanted to play. Oh, no, he's in
No.
the. I forgot there's another blind.
Third blind.
My mistake.
You would have folded.
I would have folded for sure. Creamio.
Gremio folds Queen 8.
Oh,
I would have probably called that in the
I
third
probably
blind.
would have as well.
No. I don't.
Feels good to be back.
Nobody cares.
It feels okay. Why do you lie to the
I
audience?
don't think they should know everything about who I am and what goes on
How is
behind.
It has to do with
Well, they
These blue
definitely
eyes.
don't
Oh, yes, I would
want
like
to know what
hear that
happened over the
story.
break.
Teeth are like
What
my
you were
kryptonite.
doing while
I
the ad
can't
was
even
going
hear
on.
stories about teeth.
They don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
I'm sure some of them would.
Lost them?
I feel like
But
fine. I
my
feel like
res-
fine is not really the word.
My
How'd
response
she do that?
was
Chewing on rocks?
She eats soft
6
food.
max, so the action is fast and
my
furious.
response was, you know, it's cheaper.
If that were true, you wouldn't have to say it.
Wow.
That
Did not like that.
feels
I
maybe
feel like
correct.
you are clearly the
Although it has been fast and furious from time to time.
From time to time.
It's,
yeah.
you know, there's periods. It's ebbs and flows.
It sure is. Ebbs and flows. Ebbs and flows.
How do you feel about Moose?
Great, I can see him
Is Danny thinking about doing something here? No, he was thinking. But
He's always thinking about doing
Yeah.
something as Danny. He can't help himself.
Jeremy raises under the gun. Danny next up with 7-4
He's
off.
like, maybe I should do something.
Is this, is this a move? Is this a move? And it's over right away.
It's an ebb.
Yeah.
Holy
Feels like we're in an
monster
ebb.
My dad had
The
a
ebb of Spider-Man.
50, and he
Is that supposed to be a web joke?
Yeah.
like, what's this
The
grill?
ebbies.
He's
Like for the
"Oh, I was
webbies,
going, like, 65
you know,
down the highway,
The
and
worldwide
I
ebb.
clicked
You know how Dan Ross is not topping up because maybe he's not feeling like he's playing his best game?
Yeah, sure.
I know, I got
I'm just
it.
going to reference that
Danny straddling.
as a possible analogy. for other people.
Danny's traveling,
Okay.
everybody. So it's 5, 10, 20, 40. Starting action on
That was a
Stewie
great
Younger
one-up with Brittany's
in the
story.
cutoff here.
66% of the table has already put in chips without looking at their cards.
Gotta love it.
I think
Are
it's.
you
There's
I think so. I'm not
75.
positive, but I think. Okay, I'm wrong. Yeah.
40?
Stuart's causing trouble.
As always, it's got to be the smartest guy in the room.
Your kid.
The memory of a goldfish or an
Wow.
actual goldfish?
Hopefully.
Upgraded memory?
Can I lay a lot of money on?
It's just
that
not fun to
not
play
being
cash
the
games when you
reality
have
of
Dan
things? Like,
Ross's stack.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're moving it in a lot.
Is that fun?
Yeah, sure.
I guess if you want to gamble.
That's fun. Sometimes they fold. Sometimes you double up.
And I'm
Stuff like
not
that. Gut shot and pair is what's up.
Double gutter for Jeremy, actually.
But you're
Oh, is there a 4 on the board too? You're right.
But
That's pretty nice for Jeremy, who check calls, interestingly
Their
enough.
house doesn't smell like a kitty litter box, and that's exactly what I smell when I walk into it. And
What
it's
if, what if they don't have cats?
Should go check most of the time.
There's bigger problems than
It does. Jeremy misses. Will he
It's
take a
like
shot
fat
here?
People don't think their house stinks and it stinks.
Can't really.
Will it work?
What will you rep if you take a shot here? Like
And
river 2 pair?
he could have an ace. Could have called and then turned an ace.
I guess.
And I don't.
I'm not buying it,
I mean,
and I don't think Danny will either.
140. And I know that.
Oh, I
Danny
was
absolutely
wrong.
buys it. Danny has, you know, not a great hand on that board. And he recognizes it, unlike some of us.
King and a 7.
It's such a good kicker. It's the best kicker.
Honey, he
possible.
called me with a king and a 7.
I can dodge bullets, baby.
coming on the flop out of position with ace high.
Let's just do Helmuth quotes for a while.
he does that.
when?
Just now.
No?
Ace
What? I was waiting for your Helmuth
no.
quote.
I hate everybody's grandma. He said that.
That's pretty good. He did famously say, if it weren't for luck, I'd win every one of these.
He did say that.
Yeah.
Should have gotten good at chess then.
Thanks for buying, Dan.
Can you make
I'll get something
a
No money in chess, though.
Yeah, tell that to Magnus Carlsen.
Tell that to Beth from the Queen's.
Yeah, but
Gambit.
if he's Phil Hellmuth of chess, he would of course win every chess match.
But there's not a lot of money to be won in the chess match. Hey, we're playing PLO.
Magnus Carlsen is probably pretty rich.
Yeah. But mostly not from chess.
What are you talking
Oil
about?
futures, my man. Oil futures. Everyone knows that.
Okay.
So,
This hand is barely playable.
It's okay.
it's fine. Don't bother.
Stuart is going to raise.
I don't. I
Ace of
actually don't
Jack
like
and a
ace
10.
so-
This is
Timber
not a
is-
pool, not really that playable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
That is. At least he's got a nut flush draw going.
Yeah,
It's not super far
No.
away from playable, but you really want the 7, 5, and 4 to be connected fully. So that'd be like 7, 6, 5 would be way better with that ace of spades.
Or get the old wheel wrap going with the 7 being a deuce or a 3 instead.
Thanks for the.
That would be better too.
Get this man 5 Spanish coffees, please.
Yeah, that's what I need.
King 10, 8, 7 for Caremio.
King 3, 3 with 2 spades,
Stewie's got a 3.
Yeah,
and,
sounds
Timmer's got the nut flush draw. So get ready for fireworks.
Caremio's got a bad flush draw.
And top pair.
Yep.
I know.
Like, you can always send it back if it's not right.
Stuart somehow
Sure.
raises, gets called by all these people, and flops just huge.
With his dangler. That's not even the card he cared about.
Nope.
Tim, we're going to come along with the nut flush draw.
Yeah. You don't love the board being paired, but what are you going to do? You can understand Caremio calling at least once as well, with both top pair as well as the flush draw.
You might expect that 3 ways or more, your flush is almost never going to be good, though.
That is the thing, and if your flush isn't good, top pair is not going to be good a huge amount of the time either. Certainly by the end of the 5 cards, but again, what are you going to do? Hey, that's a pretty good card for both Stuart and Timmer.
Yep. Especially Timmer.
Timmer picks up a rep. Well, Stuart now has the nut flush draw. I mean, he was already ahead, though, I guess, at
Yeah.
that point. So you're right. But the 4 of clubs is in Timmer's hand anyway, so. But I guess the 5 of clubs would do it. Checks through, and
Full house.
full house indeed. I don't know that anyone's going to be able to call. Caremio does have top pair.
It would
check,
be-
did check through on the turn.
That would be a pretty significant hero call.
Yep. I got to believe Stuart's going to bet with some size here. Problem is, you figure someone else with a 3 would have
Sorry,
bet the
did it
turn a
pretty
lot.
much
I
top.
guess
Yeah.
Square's probably going for a check raise. Or maybe a check call. I don't know.
He's going for pot.
Yeah, I don't see how anyone can call him here. Kermio doesn't even have a good kicker.
Out.
Yeah.
Who in their right mind would go and bring the animal into the
Yeah.
house?
Timur just lamenting his loss. Is Cremio, you just have to put Stewart on busted draws?
Well, it's busted spades, although we have spades as Kermio.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Pets or
Yep.
Piss.
Pets.
He lets it go. I like letting it go.
Cats and dogs.
Also,
Well, we eat
in
2 of each, so-
PLO, bluffing into multiple players on the river,
Rare.
you just don't see it that often.
I can smell it on you.
To your point, sir. Good
Have
sir.
you met
Yeah.
Brian's dog? Brian.
Oh yeah.
You know another thing Phil Hummy said?
What do you think? What do you think about that dog?
Didn't run that person over, officer.
Brian.
That's
But I
a great
did.
dog. Exactly.
He said that?
That's a
Yeah,
great dog.
and he
Brian has a
smiled.
much
And then he
higher
ran away.
square
Yeah.
footage to pet ratio than I do.
And that's how he got away. He just ran away.
Other famous Phil Hummy quotes. I'm taller than all you people. All of you.
He is pretty tall.
Yeah.
Pets and you know.
There was that time when he called everyone a peasant.
Not like cat piss.
You're all
I hate it, so.
peasants.
Did he actually do that?
No. No,
I
Perry,
could. That one was the most believable. I could believe. I
Yeah.
could see him doing that.
Paris Hilton's brother famously did that as he got escorted off an airplane
Ah,
Cats
from
when
first
I
class.
that's
'cause
likable.
First class wasn't good enough for
That's
him, and he
reasonable.
told
Me too.
the entire play that they were peasants.
That's very likable.
Jeremy's also allergic to cats and he owns
We
them.
got our
Yes.
second cat because I really wanted to go play like one of the
Ross is
one of
once
the,
again
like,
trying to be boss.
one of the 50K tournaments at Meadows on a Saturday, and Amber was like, "Well, if you
It'd
go,
be
I'm
cool
gonna go
that
buy
being a rap
cat."
battle
And
with
I
Dan
was
Ross
like,
because his name rhymes with so many things.
So,
Jeremy with Kings.
Kind of a nothing kings. Neither
Yeah.
king is suited. The
it's like,
5-4
fine,
being
whatever.
suited
And
isn't
then
that
she actually
great.
Bought a cat,
No.
and I was just like, "Fuck!" Like I thought you were
And
joking.
he's just gonna call.
Why would you
And bring
think she
Danny
was
along.
joking?
I don't know.
And pretty good flop for everybody has hearts.
Yeah. The,
Holy macaroni.
the 5-4 being suited now could end up hurting Jeremy if the heart comes in.
True, but he is open-ended as well as has the big overpair. And sixes and aces, though, are kind of blocked a bit there.
Danny can't continue with just the 9-high flush draw there.
Nope, he knows to get out. That ace space changes nothing.
Dan Ross still with the lead.
Looks like he's betting pot here. Yep.
Trying to get as close to all in as he can.
And what do you do if you're Jeremy?
Precisely all the rest.
Can we fold this hand?
Yeah, I think we can.
Does that come with a promise to not buy in for more reds?
We're not doing great against sets and 2-pair type hands. And we're really not doing great against, I guess 34% is okay, but it doesn't feel too great against a Dan Ross type hand where he has a better flush draw and a current better hand.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the fact that Ross has both those things and you're still 34% means that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of incredible how strong we are in that way, really. I mean, clearly he can call correctly since he needs to be, 33% to win here.
Yep, it's
So
close.
it's exactly right. He's indifferent, really, in this spot. So he lets it go. That's fine. Pretty good flop for Dan Ross.
He finally wins something.
Is that a bad river
Yep.
for you?
Ace 10, 6,
Little
9
drought
with 6,
there.
9 of hearts.
Well, it's raining now.
I had this
Okay.
situation
It's
happen
raining
weird
felines and
when I was in
K9.
barkers. Oh, canines is
Yeah.
better, yeah.
actual chips, right?
Canines and
Like
felines.
they're circular things.
No,
Dogs
they're-
and cats.
Are you just trying to show how smart you are?
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's working.
Fluctuate. I'm going
It's
to
a
say
WTP,
fluctuate a lot.
Fluctuate is a word that only smart people say.
People love it when I say fluctuate.
Here's the part that'll really prove how smart you are.
Yeah, go.
Define fluctuate.
Movement
And
up and down.
he-
You were supposed to come up with like a bad joke
Oh,
definition.
I'm sorry. I actually felt like I had to prove that I knew it.
So it's already a ridiculous premise that's like that difficult of a word to know.
Yeah.
I'm all
I have had people, when I've said fluctuate in my life without thinking about it, be like really impressed by it.
What?
I swear to God.
That must have just happened once and it stuck with
I
you.
think it happened once. and it
Because
stuck
that's
with me.
I feel like most
It
people
was surprising to me.
most people know the word fluctuate.
I was like,
if
why
I
don't
start
you?
this
Why are you
and
impressed by
then
that?
your time card,
Dan Ross
and
with the
you don't
aces.
use 30
And he limps.
and you fold
Well,
your
he's
hand,
gonna
your time
try and
goes back
punish.
to you.
He's got. I mean, he's got a king with
But
it, but he's got no
simultaneously
suits, which
I
is
mean,
too
He
bad.
just wants to play a really big pot with this hand, and he's gonna hope for the limp re-raise here.
Danny's hand is garbage.
Side
He
vote,
lets it
go.
go.
and I asked him the floor
Stuart's
to
hand
go, and
is
the guy argued, and we just-
Unknown.
Garbage. Stuart's hand is trying to work that camouflage angle.
Like that's.
I was like, if I'm
Well,
a player, I'm
Timber's
already
hand is kind of
winning
fun.
with chips in.
2, 3, 4, 5.
It is. It really is. And this is not what Dan Ross wanted.
Hey, queens for
Oh.
Stewart.
Well, well, well.
For Stewart with top pair and an
Doesn't
overpair.
raise the queens.
And have yellow on them just like their
Nothing for Timmer here.
case, or not five
Dan Ross does have a straight draw with the ace king as well as the overpair.
is Josh's dealing.
Don't see
and
Stewart
Queen
folding.
would be a little bit of a disaster for Stuart. I'm not saying he'd lose all his money, but
this
it could
guy,
hurt.
like, went
it
all
would
in, and this
definitely
lady
stick him to the pot for at least a little while.
was tanking, and she threw a time chip in.
7 of hearts comes off. That makes 2 pair for Stuart.
Yeah, Stewart
actually.
now takes the lead.
How about that? Dan Ross checks it back. Stuart's got to feel pretty good about it. And that
Ooh.
10 is
That's Dan Ross's card right
that's
there.
pretty devastating.
But they're going to go check, right?
I would think so.
Nobody likes that 10.
Stuart would be betting very thin for value here. Either guy would be trying to get value out of exactly a jack, and you'd be worried.
It's
you
a
wouldn't be able to
third
do
club
it.
also. You can't bet.
Yeah, you're right. Dan Ross with the ace of clubs, but there's no need to bluff a hand this good.
And Ross is going to take 2 down.
Ross is going to
He's going to boss his way into the next week because we're done with this one.
he's going to cut his loss because he is Dan Ross.
Wow, you really said that with aplomb.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week for some more poker time.
More poker time. Some more 6 max poker time.
Get ready. Get the popcorn.
Get your popcorn ready.